Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Certainly not the news I expected to wake up to today, but Rush have planned a reunion tour for 2026 with surviving members Geddy Lee and Lifeson. A lot to talk about here. Is this a good idea? Progressive rock legends Rush have officially announced a reunion and 2026 tour featuring Geddy Lee and Lifeson, as well as new drummer, I feel so weird to say, Anika Nilles. This is Rush's first show back with this new lineup, which will take place on June 7th at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, followed by a second night in the same venue 2 days later. The tour will make additional stops in Mexico, Texas, Illinois, New York, Ontario, and Ohio. And Rush will play 2 nights in each city except for Mexico and the last date in Cleveland. In the band's announcement, Geddy Lee had this to say about the band's 50-something reunion tour, saying, and I quote, "It's been over 10 years since Alex and I have performed the music of Rush alongside our fallen bandmate and friend Neil, a lifetime's worth of songs that we had put our cumulative hearts and souls into writing, recording, and playing together on stage. And so after all that's gone down since that last show, Alex and I have done some serious soul-searching and come to the decision that we effing miss it. And it's time for a celebration of 50-something years of Rush music. So in 2026, my BFF Lurks, aka Alex Lifeson, and I will hit the road once again to pay tribute to our past and to Neil by performing a vast selection of Rush songs in a handful of cities. No small task because, as we know, Neil was irreplaceable, yet life is full of surprises, and we have been introduced to another remarkable person, an incredible drummer and musician who is adding another chapter to our story while continuing her own fascinating musical journey. Her name is Anika Nilles, and we could not be more excited to introduce her to our loyal and dedicated Rush fan base, whom we know will give her every chance to live up to that near impossible role." Wow. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about here, obviously. 2026 just got turned on its head with this announcement, Rush touring without Neil Peart. So, I do love the attention to detail, I want to say, of the band that returned to the stage at the site of their final show with Neil at the Kia Forum in LA. And so there's a lot to dissect here, obviously, but I've learned my lesson from the Pantera reunion not to condemn the whole thing before it's even started. The idea that Rush can go out without Neil Peart behind the kit is almost unthinkable, but Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee have earned every right to go out there as Rush, and this is clearly being done in tribute to Neil Peart. It's not being done, out of gross disrespect, like Black Sabbath leaving Bill Ward out of the Sabbath farewell tour, or, Kiss putting Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer in the Cat and Spaceman makeup, or the Dio hologram. Remember that? Maybe you don't. Thankfully you don't. Nobody should remember that. But, I want to treat this the way that I should have treated the Pantera reunion from the beginning, which is from the standpoint that this is a celebration of 50 years of the band. Obviously, no one can replace Neil. This is a way to pay tribute to the work that, he and Rush did, and probably a bit of closure for the band, I would say, as well. Neil's family did release a statement as well. They're fully in support of this, too. And, I think people's opinions are going to be divided on this. If you go into this thinking about, well, it's not Rush without Neil, and it's just going to be a cash grab and stuff like that, then you're probably not going to like it. You're probably going to hate it, I think it's all about how you choose to look at it. But for me personally, I say Alex and Geddy have no reason to do a cash grab at this point. I don't think that's what it is. Personally, I never got the chance to see Rush live, so just to see 2/3 of the classic lineup live is something I never expected I would see. So I'm really looking forward to hearing how these shows sound. As for what we can expect setlist-wise, right now, it's anybody's idea, but, probably a greatest hits set with a handful of deep cuts sprinkled in if we're lucky, and I'll probably do a whole video putting together my totally unrealistic dream set list for this tour soon enough, but there's no doubt a vast catalog of material for the band to choose from, and I'd love to see the band have fun with it and, play some unexpected stuff too. A little bit about the new drummer, Anika Nilles, a 42-year-old German jazz fusion and prog drummer and composer who got her start on YouTube in the 2010s, and she's been drumming since she was 6 years old and has earned accolades from Modern Drummer Magazine and Drum Magazine. Named the second best fusion drummer in 2017, she's released 4 solo albums and joined Jeff Beck on tour in 2022. Admittedly, I've never heard of her before, but I'll definitely be checking out her work, as I get ready for this tour. And I would have predicted that her if Rush ever got back together, they'd probably go with Danny Carey from Tool. That he would have been the guy. Maybe even Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, who may have been a shoo-in for this had he not just rejoined Dream Theater. But I think he would have landed the Maiden gig, right, replacing Nico McBrain had he not rejoined Dream Theater. But anyway, there's no doubt that Anika has massive shoes to fill. Her performances will be scrutinized under a microscope. I mean, you cannot replace Neil Peart in Rush, but I'm confident the band have found someone that can do his work justice. And so, yeah, it's going to look, it's going to sound, it's going to feel weird, but I urge Rush fans to give her a chance. So that wraps up this video here. Wanting to share my reaction to the breaking news. Rush will be reuniting for the 50-something tour in 2026 with new drummer Anika Nilles replacing Neil Peart. If you can really say replacing Neil Peart, it just feels so weird. It's going to be weird, but I'm not going to, I'm going to withhold judgment on this until I hear it, how it sounds. I'm going to treat this as a celebration of the band's legacy and their sound and not dump all over it because, there's no Neil, there's no Rush. I want to wait, I want to hear first. And I'm sure there are going to be some people who are dead set in their ways. This is just not Rush. It can't be Rush without Neil. I understand that as well. I'm just choosing to hold off, and wait and hear this because, I want to enjoy this. I want an opportunity to see Rush, even if it's 2/3 of the classic lineup. So, honestly, I'm really happy with this announcement here and really excited at the prospect of getting to see them live. They are coming around the area for me, so I'm definitely planning on going to that show if I can get tickets, which I believe are on sale starting on October 17th, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, lots to be excited about here. For some people, probably lots to be mad about. This is going to divide the fan base, but for me, I'm cautiously optimistic, so looking forward to it. Wanted to share my thoughts here real quickly. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss a new upload, and let me know down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this? Is it still Rush in 2026 without Neil Peart? I want to hear from you, and until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.